Welcome to another edition of MIW. Got the D-Man here, and I am glad you could join me today. I'm going to move my computer a little bit here. Try to get over here a little bit, okay? Today we are continuing this series with Neville Goddard, At Your Command. Excellent book. Smash that like button, share this with a friend, and if you'd like to get my help personally, you can contact me at marksinspirationalguidance@gmail.com. Hit that notification bell. And here we go. Okay. Apply this principle and you will know what it is to prove me and see. The story of Mary is the story of every man. Mary was not a woman giving birth in some miraculous way to one called Jesus. Mary is the awareness of being that ever remains virgin, no matter how many desires it gives birth to. Right now, look upon yourself as this Virgin Mary, being impregnated by yourself through the medium of desire, becoming one with your desire to the point of embodying or giving birth to your desire. You are pregnant with a desire. If you want to give birth to that desire, you have to take care of that baby or that desire. You have to nurture it. You have to be careful with it. You have to allow it to grow, to become real, to manifest into reality. For instance, it is said of Mary, whom you now know to be yourself, that she know not a man, yet she conceived. That is, you, John Smith, have no reason to believe that that which you now desire is possible. But don't negate your desire because you don't see how it can come to pass, because you think it's not possible. But having discovered your awareness of being to be God, you make this awareness your husband and conceive a man-child manifestation of the Lord, or of the law, the universal law. For thy maker is thine husband, the Lord of hosts is his name. The Lord God of the whole earth shall he be called. Your ideal or ambition is this conception. The first command to her, which is now to yourself, is go tell no man. Do not discuss your desires with other people, for they will only reflect back to you your fears about them not coming to pass. Do not discuss your ambitions or desires with another, for they will only echo your present fears, as I said. Secrecy, there's power in secrecy. The reason we have confession, or we use confession, or people believe that talking to a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and telling them the things that you keep inside, because keeping those secrets, things you're ashamed of or embarrassed about or afraid that you would get in trouble for, it creates a certain power and it drags you down. In the same way, to keep a secret about something, a noble desire you have, gives it power, gives it more power. And the reverse is true. Secrets you're afraid people will find out or you're ashamed of, less power. Secrets that you want to create, things you desire, keep them secret, more power. One you need to reveal, one you need to conceal. Secrecy is the first law to be observed in realizing your desire. The second, as we are told in the story of Mary, is to magnify the Lord. We have identified the Lord as your awareness of being. Your awareness of being is who you are aware of being. Magnify that, what you want to be, who you are aware of being. To the point. No. Okay. Therefore, to magnify the Lord is to revalue or expand one's present conception of oneself to the point where this reevaluation becomes natural. You become natural with this new self. It is a natural to be this new self. You've thrown away the old self, the old persona, the old mask, the old perception. And now you're walking, you're feeling, you're acting in this new persona, this new perception, this new awareness, this new consciousness. When this naturalness is attained, you give birth by becoming that which you are one with in consciousness. You become the thing desired. The story of creation is given us in digest form in the first chapter of John. In the beginning was the Word. Now this very second is the beginning spoken of. It is the beginning of an urge, a desire within you. The desire, the urge to, we all have as humans, we have an urge to become more, to achieve, to succeed, to create, to be more. And when we don't follow that desire, we stagnate. When we don't expand, we have a desire to expand. The universe is in expansion, constantly expanding. We too have a desire to expand. And when we push that desire down because we're afraid, we wilt like a flower without sun or water. The Word is the desire swimming around in your consciousness, seeking embodiment, seeking to become. The urge of itself has no reality. This urge has no reality. For I am, or the awareness of being, is the only reality. Things live only as long as I am aware of being them. So to realize one's desire, the second line of the first verse of John must be applied. That is, and the Word was with God. The word or desire must be fixed or united with consciousness to give it reality. You have to unite this desire with your imagination and nurture it, help it to grow. Focus on your desire as being here, not as something you will have in the future, but as something that is here now, that exists now. All there is now. Today is now. Tomorrow at this time, it'll be now. Yesterday at this time, it was now. The present moment, the present awareness. Presently be aware that you are the man you desire to be. I lost my place. I do that sometimes. Where am I? Okay. The awareness becomes aware of being the thing desired, thereby nailing itself upon the form or conception, becoming one with the conception, and giving life unto its conception, giving birth, or resurrecting that which was before heretofore a dead or unfulfilled desire. Before it was just a desire. It had no life. You give it life by focusing on it, by magnifying the desire, by bringing it into creation. Two shall agree as touching anything, and it shall be established on earth. This agreement is never made between two persons. It is between the awareness and the thing desired. The awareness of the thing you desire and the thing desired become one. You are now conscious of being, so you are actually saying to yourself without using words, I am. I am. No, not I am Mark. I am a white man, or I am Asian, or I am Chinese, or I am African American. Just I am, without any identifications. Now, if it is a state of health that you are desirous of attaining, before you have any evidence of health in your world, you begin to feel yourself to be healthy. I realize that's difficult if you're in constant pain. And the very second the feeling I am healthy is attained, the two have agreed. That is, I am and health have agreed to be one, and this agreement ever results in the birth of a child, the thing which is the thing agreed upon, the desire. In this case, health. That was your desire. It's born. You're giving birth to that. And because I made the agreement, I express in my outer world this thing agreed, or in this case, in your body, you express that. There are countless records of spontaneous healings of people who have been given a death sentence by the doctors. I mean, these are on record. How is that? How was that? If they can do that, you can do it. You know, John, I said no, but Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile back in the 50s, maybe, or 60s. Okay, that was proven to be scientifically impossible. It could not be done. And if he did it, he was going to die. His heart couldn't take it. That's what the experts said. Okay, where was the limitation? Was it in his body? Well, the scientists said so. No, the limitation was within the minds of man, within the group consciousness of man, within the awareness of man. Roger broke the 4-minute mile. That very same year, I think 3 or 4 other people do it. Today, high school kids break the 4-minute mile. Something which at one time was thought humanly impossible, high school kids do it now. Where was the limitation? Within the mind of man. There are no limits except the limits we place upon ourselves. I know you've heard it before, but maybe if you hear it from me, it'll strike you in a different way and you'll come to believe that, because that is the only reality. Look in the past at how many things people thought were impossible. Today we take for granted. If you took a cell phone back 100 years ago, they'd probably burn you because they would think you were a witch. They couldn't understand that. When Marconi told his buddies that he thought he could transfer voice and words without the use of a telegram wire, because that's all they had then, they had him committed for 2 days in an asylum because they thought he was crazy. They thought that utterly impossible. He has to be nuts. That can't be done. Now I pick up my cell phone, I can talk and look at somebody over in China within a matter of seconds. Had you told someone that 100 years ago, you too would have been locked up in the asylum with Marconi. So don't even use the word impossible. Better we get that out of the vocabulary. Okay. So you can see why Moses stated, I am hath sent me. For what being other than I am could send you into expression? None. For I am the way. Beside me there is no other. If you take the wings of the morning and fly into the uttermost parts of the world, or if you make your bed in hell, you will still be aware of being. You will still be aware of being. You are ever sent into expression by your awareness. Your awareness, your consciousness, what you believe yourself to be is what expresses itself in your world. Okay, and your expression is ever that which you are aware of being. What are you aware of being right now at this very moment? What do you desire to be aware of being? You can be that. Your true desires are within you. You would not have them were you not capable of bringing these things into manifestation into your outer world. Okay, we are going to the next page. Again, Moses stated, I am that I am. Now here's something to always bear in mind. You cannot put new wine in old bottles or new patches upon old garments. That is, you cannot take with you into the new consciousness any part of the old man. You cannot step into this new consciousness if you want to hang on to this old person. You have to discard that. What is it? You cannot reach distant lands if you keep one foot on the shore. Same thing here. That is, you cannot take with you into the new consciousness any part of the old man. All of your present beliefs, fears, and limitations are weights that bind you to your present level of consciousness. If you would transcend this level, you must leave behind all that is now your present self or conception of yourself. To do this, you take your attention away from all that is now your problem or limitation and dwell on just being. Just dwell on being, not being a teacher, a lawyer, a writer, a drug addict, an alcoholic, an airplane pilot, a soldier, whatever. Just get rid of all that and just dwell on being. That is, you say silently but feeling to yourself, I am. I am. Do not condition this awareness as yet. Don't put anything with that yet. Just declare yourself to be and continue to do so until you are lost in the feeling of just being. faceless and formless. When this expansion of consciousness is attained, then within this formless deep of yourself, give form to the new conception by feeling yourself to be that which you desire to be. Get rid of all the old conceptions. Just get into the state of I am. I am like just an entity, an awareness in a sea of space, like black space, so to speak. Okay? And then put this new form, this new consciousness you desire to be with this. And then from that, live from that. And put whatever honor you want to, whatever you desire to be or have. As I say, you don't get what you want in this world, you get what you are. You attract what you are more than what you want. First, you have to become. You have to become the type of person that is or has what you want to be or have. There is no other way. And if you attain something by another way, it will be short-lived, because by right of consciousness, by right of your awareness, you will not be able to maintain it. You've heard the thing, maybe you haven't. If you inherit $1 million, you better become a millionaire. What that means is, if I gave you $1 million today, unless you had the consciousness or the awareness or the state of being or the state of mind of a millionaire, that money would be gone in a short time. You would probably even be in more debt afterwards than when you got it. If all the money in the world, and there's trillions of dollars, was divided up evenly among all the people, within 5 years it would be back into the hands of the people who had it originally, because they are rich or wealthy within. They have the state of consciousness of wealth, of riches. And the poverty, the people that are poor, do not have that state. Unless they change their state by practicing principles, universal principles, they will remain poor no matter how much money you give them. And you've seen this around the world when they try to help people and they build them houses and they destroy the houses. That's why a lot of these people that are helping people in third world countries are teaching them. They're trying to expand their consciousness because they know money will not solve the problem. Okay, you will find... The invitation given us in the scriptures is to be absent from the body and be present with the Lord. The body being your former conception of yourself, and the Lord your awareness of being, your consciousness. What you are aware of being in your consciousness. Okay, this is what is meant when Jesus said to Nicodemus, "You must be born again, for except you be born again, you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven." That is, except you leave behind your present conception of yourself and assume the nature of the new birth, you will continue to outpicture your present limitations. Let me read that again. I was distracted by a car. Okay. That is, except you leave behind your present conception of yourself, what you believe yourself to be now. Your conception of yourself now, you have to leave that behind. And assume the nature of the new birth. Assume you are who you desire to be. I keep losing my place. You will continue to outpicture your present limitations. You will continue to be and present and manifest your present conditions in life unless you leave behind your old consciousness, your old beliefs, your old nature, and step into the new nature, into the new garment, the new clothing of this new person that you desire to be. The only way to change your expression of life is to change your consciousness, For consciousness is the reality that eternally solidifies, makes forms itself in the things round about you in your world. Your consciousness is outpictured in front of you. Take the word blame out of your vocabulary. You created everything. Man's world in its every detail is his consciousness outpictured. You can no more change your environment or world by destroying things than you can your reflection by destroying the mirror. It's like I look in the mirror and I want to fix my hair, and I'm touching the mirror. What? I can't get my hair right. What's the problem here? I'm trying to change the reflection when I need to go back here and fix my hair here. I need to fix here within me. I need to change within me. Well, you're not broken. I don't mean fix, change. Fixing implies that you're broken. Nobody's broken. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And quit thinking about what you're doing wrong. Think about what you're doing right, because what you focus on grows in your experience. Okay. Knowing this, begin to revalue yourself. Man has placed too little value upon himself. In the book of Numbers you will read, in that day there were giants in the land, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and we were in their sight as grasshoppers. This does not mean a time in the dim past when man had the stature of giants. Today is the day, the eternal now, when conditions round about you have obtained the appearance of giants, such as unemployed, the armies of the enemy, your problems, and all things that seem to threaten you. Those are the giants that will make you feel yourself to be a grasshopper, to feel small. But you are told you are first in your own sight, in your own consciousness, your own beliefs, the value you placed upon yourself, your conception of yourself first. And because of this, you were to the giants a grasshopper. In other words, you can only be to others what you first are to yourself. People reflect back to you how you feel about yourself. People pay you for the value you provide, for the value you feel that you are worth, for your value. How valuable are you? I say you're much more valuable than you think you are. There was a time in the past when I first started my company years ago. I did this small job. I made like $800. I made it like in a few hours. Well, maybe a day. It wasn't even a day. I felt so guilty about that because I was so used to working by the hour that it didn't seem right. I was programmed through my filters to believe that to make that much money per hour was dishonest, was deceitful, was taking advantage of people. Even though they were happy, they were pleased, everything was good, it was a great job, because at that time the value I placed on myself was so low. I had a lot of things inside of me that was many years ago that I've since worked on and got out, but I had low value within me. So I couldn't accept that. And I can look back on my past and see how I sabotaged certain opportunities for success because I didn't feel worthy. You cannot attract what you don't believe yourself to be. Now, today, if I told some of the contractors the money I make, sometimes I make thousands of dollars in a couple days. And that's nothing compared to what's in the world, the trillions of dollars. I've made a lot of money just putting people together, thousands of dollars. But you have to have the conscience. I still sometimes get a little uncomfortable with that. But I realize it's my consciousness. That's what stops you. Not the boss, not the president, not the government, not the police, not Walmart or big business or like there's some conspiracy out there. The only conspiracy is the one that is in your own mind that tells you that you don't deserve something, that you're not good enough, or that you can't do it. That's the conspiracy you need to be concerned about. I'm going to go because I see somebody coming to the door. If you like this, share it with a friend if you think it'll help them. You want my help personally? Mark's Inspirational Guidance at gmail.com. You can check out my website and hit that notification bell. Smash that like button right now. Come on, smash the like button. All right, have a great day. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.